Hey guys, Cal here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be Town Hall, what is this, 12-13 Witches. I've been really liking the Super Witches lately. I've been using them at Town Hall 16 as well, and I think I'm going to be using them from here on out. With Town Hall 14, we are using the, what's it called, the Super Dragons, but these Witches, if you get the timing down, might be even better. So the composition we're doing here is witches, of course, 4 of them, with the healers. And if you notice, we have a haste to speed up the end process here to make sure that we don't time fail. We have plenty of rages, and this is for our Warden to speed up the Warden walk. We have some giants and a Valkyrie here to help our siege machine out here. So we're going to go into some live raids here. This one has some pretty decent loot, so we're actually going to hit this one. Hopefully we can do this one. This one's pretty easy, and we'll show some replays as well of the successful attacks we did in war. So here we're going to find a great place for our flame flinger, which, because of all these heroes in the corner, might have to be this one here. But because that CC is there, we're going to first start with our Warden like this, dropping this, and we're going to be using 2 rages on the Warden just to really clear it out here. I'm going to actually see if there's anything in there. There's nothing in there, which is great, so we'll drop the giant and flameflinger here. The invisibility spell we'll probably have to use on the Warden here for the single, which isn't what we necessarily want to do. We want to save the invisibility spell for our Royal Champion. But as our Royal Champion is only level 8 here, she isn't going to be as beneficial as, let's say, when we were attacking with War and needed that extra bit of, or she would be doing that extra bit of DPS that would be very beneficial here. So now that the funnel has been formed, let's drop some Super Witches, drop a balloon again, and drop the king, and we'll just drop the wall breaker. This one is a pretty open base, which people say is very good for the witches, so taking advantage of that is definitely going to be easy and a great time for us. Let's just drop an early jump here to get into the town hall, and hopefully our queen doesn't run away. Having everyone kind of stay in a pact is kind of what makes the witches, or makes the Warden really good with these healers. Everyone being really close together makes it so that we can use these healers very efficiently. But we're going to keep on pushing through here. They're going to keep on getting healed up, and we're just going to keep on following these witches, making sure that they're going quickly. And at this point, we can start using our Royal Champion here, trying to find the best place for her. But the base has pretty much been gutted here, and we have a lot of wizards here to kind of just get sprinkled in after this Royal Champion to pretty much, oh, I messed that one up, pretty much ensure that we don't time fail here. That's one of the big things I do enjoy about this composition, is the amount of tools we have access to make sure that we don't time fail here. But this one got absolutely crushed. A little bit messy. We didn't actually even use our Warden ability. I'm very used to Town Hall 16, where you kind of have these high DPS areas, but this time we didn't really have anything attacking us here. So I always forget to use my goblins, so we'll get rid of those really quick. We also didn't use our second giant, so the composition might be changed a little bit in the future. Whether or not we really need these giants is probably up for debate, but let's just go right ahead and do one more attack here live, and then we can finish off with some replays. So here we have another Town Hall 16, so let's just go for it here, or 13. So looking right away, we probably want to go over here. We can snipe out this mortar here, and then we're pretty much free to do whatever we want. Actually, this side might be better, so let's just quickly do that. Let's drop a giant and a flameflinger to hopefully get that going. And again, we'll drop a Warden balloons and rage him up, using the double rage to really speed up this Warden walk here, getting into the base as quickly as possible, as of course time is the only real thing that's ever going to stop a witch attack. So I'm just gonna preemptively drop a jump here. I have a good feeling that we're gonna be quite easily going into that section there. I'm gonna drop a wizard here for a little bit of funneling, and our Warden might run away with us, run away from us here. So please, okay, so he's going to snipe out this archer tower. We're going to let him snipe out that, and then we'll drag him over with these witches. Drop this king over here for some more funneling, and let's drop our balloon here. So I'm going to use my Warden here. Oh, it looks like it was on the skeleton. I thought it was on the king, so I want to preserve him as long as possible. Didn't want him to die to the single. And we're just going to rage into the core here and rage again. Once you kind of see that your troops are kind of good, you can add the royal champion. You can add her early, you can add her late, preferably earlier, as you want her to deal as much damage as possible as early as possible, while having the tanking capabilities of all these troops here. But once you drop the royal champion, pretty much all you have to do is watch her, and we're just going to use all our resources here on her to keep her alive and make sure that she can take out the rest of the base. We're going to drop, of course, our wizards along the outside wherever it is safe to do so, to help with that cleanup process, and just like that, we're going to be all done here. I don't know how necessary this haste is. It was a fun little addition to kind of help speed up the process, but making the room for maybe an additional rage is what we might want to do instead. I did have 3 invisibility spell on the Town Hall 16, and the 3 invisibility spell felt a bit overkill, but only having 2 invisibility spell for the royal champion might be not very good here. But I'm open to dropping that invisibility spell, taking a rage in the CC instead, and having, instead of this haste spell, this invisibility spell. So let's go look at some live replays real quick, and we'll finish up the video. So this one, we have a box base, so it means that we really have to make sure that our funnel is sound. So here, we're just going to speed up the walks here. Again, we're just double raging, really trying to speed up this process right here. And that's why we use the rage gem as well, to make sure that our attack speed is as fast as possible. And it also makes it so that these healers are going to be healing more strongly in the core, even when we don't have that rage spell active. So I'm going to keep on going here, and now that we have a really good funnel, after this Inferno Tower goes down, we're going to break in and jump into this core. And once you have the core all set and done here, it's just watching these witches kind of go through the base. And witches are so strong, they're very slow, and that's pretty much the only downside of them. So once you realize, okay, these witches are good, we did what we needed to do, we're going to send our royal champion and only pay attention to her, because the likelihood that your witches are just going to randomly die is very low. We're going to miss out on some witches maybe at the bottom, but that's because they decide to split up on us, and the healers are going to the top side, whereas the other witches are going to the bottom side of the queen. But even then, they have so much HP that they're just going to keep on walking around here. Don't even need a healer to help them out. I dropped something to lure out this dragon, and we're just going to, of course, sweep through the base with not too much problems at all here. So I'm going to finish up here, got tornado trapped, and boom. We're going to watch one more to make it a 10-minute video, of course. Let's watch this one here, where we have a less upgraded Town Hall 13. But again, trying to find a good place for our flame flinger. We noticed that all that was going to block us there was that mortar. So we dropped a mortar, we dropped things to take care of that mortar over there, and we're going to drop this flame flinger over here. I'm going to be going in with this Warden, raging it up, of course, once again. But this time, I believe we're going for this Town Hall. If you can get the Town Hall with the Warden Walk, it's always so worth it, because now you're taking away probably the biggest threat to your witches next to single target Infernos. But because the single target Infernos will always target your big boys first, big boys being the skeletons being produced by these witches, you usually have time to deal with it. So let's watch these troops go in, dropping an early haste. The thought process of the haste was, well, if my troops are under the Warden Rage, adding a haste essentially makes it a pseudo rage spell. So that's the thought process of it, get through the core a little bit quicker, but of course the rage spell itself would probably do that just as good. Almost falling asleep at the wheel there with that Royal Champion, but going to go and push through this part of the base. I'm going to use a deep rage here, having faith that my Royal Champion will take out that Inferno, and we're going to keep on pushing through. Of course, still watching this Royal Champion, dropping those wizards as there's nothing there to take care of them, so we're just going to keep on sprinkling them. Maybe he went a bit overkill over there, probably should have dropped some over here in this corner, so all we have is those goblins going to be taking that out. But yeah, it seems very powerful, and the only thing you have to worry about is time. And once you just get in the habit of registering, okay, this phase is over, go to the next phase, you're pretty much going to be golden, not really having any issues when it comes to time. The 3 phases being the Warden Walk, the main push, and then the Royal Champion. And if you want to consider cleanup phase as a 4th phase, kind of understanding when the Royal Champion has cleared the way for your wizards to drop those, as long as you're aware of those 4 things and are trying to look out for when is the earliest you can start that phase, you'll definitely be fine when it comes to time. And that's pretty much why I'm considering removing this haste spell, because the haste spell is a little goofy, but I don't know how much time it's actually saving, so we'll see in the future if we really want to be swapping that out. But hopefully you all did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.